Hey guys, Joe here. So, do you know what successful business owners do that poor ones don't? It may seem like there could be a million different reasons. Could be. But it comes down to one thing: leverage. So, people that are working a million hours and barely making enough money and everything else, they keep on thinking that in order to make more money, they have to work harder. In reality, what needs to happen is the amount of leverage needs to increase. Okay? So what do I mean by that, right? Well, in the beginning, when you're a one-man band, you're answering phone calls, the emails, and you're doing everything, right? And there's only so much that you could work in order to make money. Okay? Simple. Well, as you grow, and you can't do this from day one, but it'll get there. As your income increases, everything else, what you basically do is start reinvesting your money into employees. Because what you'll start to realize, especially for the people, like this is especially for the people that are still installing what you sell. So as a fence company, if you're still digging holes, when you stop digging holes and when you start hiring employees, or in my opinion, subcontractors, is your first step. What happens is you go from only being able to install one fence a day to being able to install like multiple. You know, if you have two crews running, well, now you're going to install 2 fences a day. Now, does that really make a difference? Yes. Here's why. For us, the average profit per job is $2,900. Okay? After materials, after labor. Now, sure, if I installed it myself, I could save the labor. Instead of being $2,900, it would be $3,900, right? Well, one, I'm slow as shit installing fences, but even if I was as fast as them, if I wanted to save money to make $3,900 instead of $2,900, well, it's going to take me 2 days worth of labor. Okay? And so the most I can put in is like 2.5 jobs a week. So, you know, 3,900 times 2.5 is roughly about $10,000 max. Okay. Instead, if you have 2 crews running, and instead of making 39, now you're making 2,900, but you're making 2 times that, right? So instead of being at 2.5 jobs per week, now you're making 5 jobs per week. Well, you went from making roughly $10,000 per week to roughly $15,000 per week. And the important part is you didn't spend 40 and 50 hours to install any fences. So you're making $5,000 more and you're working substantially less. Like, what is substantial? Like, I'm saying you could go legit from 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week or whatever you currently are working down to like 15 and making an extra $5,000 per week. Now, I don't know about you, but $5,000 extra per week is $260,000 a year, and you went from working all the freaking time down to 10 hours per week. Think about it. So that's what I currently do. I don't consider myself successful yet. I guess for most things I am, just because I don't work really that much, and our income has drastically increased, especially over the past year. But I really feel like I need to hit that $1 million per year threshold in order to be for my mind, be successful. I guess just to prove to myself I can do it. And that's not revenue, that's profit from the business. And not to brag, but it's like, you know, you got to figure out what your goals are, and you kind of work backwards from everything, which I have talked about in numerous videos, but that's the way we look at it. That's why I look at profit per day per crew, just because at the end of the day, I want to make a certain amount of money per year. And the only way to do that without driving yourself crazy is to look at the profit per job and then, you know, basically divide it. So if I want to make, you know, just say I want to make $200,000, well, and the average profit per job, well, I have all the business expenses, so let's really do, you know, 520 grand a year, so that's 10 grand a week. Well, that's if I'm paying all my bills plus making an extra $50,000, $75,000 in profit, you know, on top of like what I need to basically run my own household expenses, right? Well, if I want to make an extra $500,000 a year, actually, let's change that a little bit. If I wanted to make an extra $290,000, just so I can do these numbers, right? So if I want to make an extra $290,000 this year, how many more jobs do I need to book? The answer, like, you should have a specific number of jobs that you need to book, not like I need to book more jobs. Because if you say I need to book more jobs, like that doesn't do shit. But if I want to make an extra $290,000, well, I know that I only need to like basically install an extra 100 jobs this year. It's simple. It's 100 jobs a year, which is only 2 jobs a week that I have to sell extra. Like, that's nothing. Like, I could easily sell an extra 5 jobs per week when I get my freaking sales in line. So anyway, just some things to think about. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Get in some Mexican food. If you are in South Jersey, this is in Berlin. It's Parrilla La Nueva. Really good food. So anyway, have a great day.